And are you refreshed? Still rowdy and refreshed. So you have some things you want to talk about? Begin here, yes. It needs to be higher, closer, and turned on.
Switch on the microphone.
How's that? Oh, yeah. Okay. Greetings. I've been using your work a lot and have had tremendous success. And I'm noticing lately that when I have a new desire, I don't feel good about it. I actually feel disappointed, frustrated. And when you ask, are you happy for the new desire, I say no. And it feels like, oh, no, not again. I have to delve deep into myself and go through this whole process. And it feels like a lot of work to move up the trail to my bliss. I know I eventually will get there. But for some reason right now, it just feels like an enormous amount of work and like I'm defeated by having to keep manifesting or keep
Well, when your
along.
desire feels like that to you, what that means is your habit of vibration is, we don't want to use the word far, but it's the vibration that you are usually offering is different enough from whatever it is that you're asking for that it just looks like a long, hard haul. In other words, and we're really not encouraging. It's almost like trying to quantum leap up the emotional scale. It's like saying, here I am over here in my belief, and here's what I'm asking of myself. And so we say, why are you stretching so hard that is uncomfortable? What makes you do that to yourself?
I'm not sure, but there was this feeling. I don't rejoice about being an eternal being with it never being done, because that just doesn't feel good to me. It makes me crazy. It triggers my perfectionism.
We're appreciating your words, because what you are amplifying is what so many people feel. It goes something like this. I like the idea of being the creator of my own experience, but what I really like is getting the stuff created. I like having been the creator, and now I like living the goods. And we want you to all begin feeling the joy of the journey. And the reason that we do such a sales job about the joy of the journey is because we understand that there is this eternal path that's going to unfold. And feeling like that this whole time that you are in this physical body, that's not what you intended. In other words, we really want you to get in sync with the idea of joyfully expanding. And so what you're really talking about here is there's just too much space between where you are and where you're reaching for. You're trying to take too big of jumps. Give us an example of something that is a new desire that makes you tired just to think about it.
I need to find a new office, and I need to do it by the end of July.
Well, can you hear what she's saying? I need to find it. In other words, she's not saying, I want to find it. It doesn't feel like a want. It feels like a need. And there is a big vibrational difference between needing something and wanting something. Wanting something is always fresher. Needing something is always trying to fix something that's broken. It's trying to get from a place that doesn't feel so good into a place that feels better. So is there any way that you can soften that and not need it so much? What would happen if you didn't find a new office?
I'd be out on the street.
Really?
Well,
or did you just dramatize it in order to help us really understand how rotten it feels to want something?
Maybe partly, yeah. I'm afraid I'll end up somewhere I don't want to be. I'll end up in some office that I don't like, and that doesn't...
All right, so what's happening is, so the idea of needing or wanting this new office comes into your experience. Mm-hmm. And now you're already sort of practicing the idea of all of the things that could go wrong. Now, we know that we sort of solicited that from you, but we did it because we can feel all of this mucky stuff in your vibration. So what's the best case scenario? In other words,
The best case scenario is I come back from this cruise and go back to work on Monday, the 12th of July, and my landlord says, hey, I've got this great place for you to move into, and it's perfect. And then I arrange to move in, and I move in, and life goes on.
All right. Now, as she gave us that best case scenario, was it anywhere near convincing? So it sounds like pie in the sky. In other words, it sounds like oh, sure, universe, if you want to deliver something to me, then how about laying this one on me, which you and I both know will not possibly ever come about. But let's just play along with Abraham, and let's just talk about what we want. We'll give it the lip service, and
right.
Never mind what the vibration is. And you see, so that's... and. This happens to a lot of people where they're saying words that sound like this, but they're offering a vibration that vibrates like this, and then they're not getting results that match their words. It's no wonder this feels like hard work to you. You're trying to do something with words that words can't do. You're trying to do something with action that action doesn't do. Whenever anybody tells us that it's exhausting to create, we always know that they're going about it the hard way. They're going about it through words and action instead of through vibrational alignment. So, but you got to start somewhere, and where you are is where you are, and where you are is okay. So let's not try to jump all the way into the new office. Let's just try to bridge something here. So do you want to talk about this topic? In other words, the subject that you brought to us is, Abraham, I don't really get all that excited about the idea of creating.
It doesn't give me a lot of joy.
It doesn't give you any joy.
I do, like you said, I like the manifestation, and I like the excitement and the surprise of, oh, wow, look what came. I like that. But somehow, between where I'm at now and
you'd like to just win the lottery, never mind lining up with the right lottery ticket or anything.
Well, I'd like to line up if it was easier.
You'd just like good stuff to just dump into your lap, and you'd like to be so worthy of it that it just comes, but you'd like it to come with no effort at all on your part. Well, we agree with you. We agree with you, but haven't you noticed? In other words, you are greedy buggers. We say affectionately.
Yes.
Here's the thing that we would really like to hear from you. So you're saying to us, they're saying, as we test their temperature, they're saying that. Well, are you saying, do you mind lining up energy? In other words, we understand why you would say, I don't want to have to work hard. I don't want to have to justify through action. I don't want to have to make it happen through my words. I would like to get in sync with the flow of the universe. Are you at least saying that? So you don't mind being in sync with the joy of the universe?
No,
you don't. You already told us. We know you're not willing to get in sync with the.
No, I would like to get in sync with the universe. I don't want to have to work so hard to get in sync with the universe. I feel like I work a lot to get in sync, and once I do manage to get in sync, everything flows. It's fabulous, wonderful, lowly, and etc. But there's a.
Well, could you be saying to us, I don't like being out of sync?
I don't like being out of sync.
I don't like being out of sync, and when I decide that I want something, that's when I am most aware that I am out of sync. Before I identify something specifically, and before I get the energy moving, I can just muck around in my old sloppy vibration, and I don't even notice it. Right. But when I identify that I want something, that's when the comparative vibration happens, where now I notice the difference between what I'm asking for and where I'm vibrating. And that is what you're talking about. That's what doesn't feel good to you. And you're not different than a lot of people. A lot of people will say, I was happier before I wanted that, because I didn't feel the discord. I didn't feel the tug of war going on. And in fact, there are whole bodies of people that actually teach in defiance of the laws of the universe. They will teach that you shouldn't want anything, because they recognize that people get in this stressful place when they want something that they don't believe. And so they assume that if you can just de-emphasize the fact that you want it at all, that it will bring you back into balance. And we say there is a temporary fix in that, but since the entire universe has been oriented to offer contrast, which gives birth to continual desires, we do not really think it is a very good idea to try to work in defiance of the universe. We are playing with you a little bit as we were talking to the group, because it does feel playful to us that sometimes you say, I'm really not wanting to go about it the hard way, and here we are, bless our hearts, we think we're giving you the easy way. We're showing you how to get into vibrational alignment with the universe. And then you say, it's too hard to get into vibrational alignment with the universe. And we say, then try it without it, and you'll find out what hard really is.
I have done that.
And so really what you're talking about is just wanting to bring yourself into closer alignment. You're not wanting to want something that is so unbelievable. When you want something that you believe, it's easy to want it. When you want something that you believe, it's even pleasurable to want it. But when you want something that you don't believe, and this is, we were talking to a friend earlier about the more specific you get, then the more you challenge it with your own beliefs. For example, when you say, I don't have as much money as I would like. There are many things that I would like to buy that would make my life more comfortable. And then you say, and I would like an extra $100,000 to come in order to help me accomplish that. That is more specific than saying, I'm wanting to gradually and steadily increase my income. So if you say, in more general terms, I'm wanting to steadily and gradually increase my income, because you are less specific, you challenge less of your belief that currently exists. And so it feels softer to you, not as exciting, but it does feel softer. So what you're wanting to do, what all creation is, it's about that balance between your desires and your expectations. Another way of saying it, your desires and your beliefs. Another way of saying it, the vibration you beat when you think about what you want, the vibration you beat on the same subject on a more regular basis. Creation isn't about getting somebody else to agree with you. It isn't about getting the government to agree and pass laws to make it easy for you. It isn't about getting anybody else lined up to assist you in any way. Creation is only about you aligning the vibrational factors within you. And those factors are the vibration of desire and the vibration of your habit or pattern of thought.